One of the main reasons you haven't found love yet, or not the love that you desire yet, is because you haven't understood how to show up energetically and enter correctly into a relationship. But don't worry, I got you. And in this video, I'm gonna break down how you can start showing up authentically, find the love of your life, and understand how these love relationship dynamics will empower you to create a beautiful, long-lasting, romantic relationship that is full of chemistry, deeply intimate, and allows the possibility for honest communication so that both parties can show up vulnerable and open themselves up to this deep exploration of learning and expanding through the beautiful commitment of a relationship. Let's dive deep. So here's the thing. When we don't show up in life with our energetic authenticity and we move through it acting in accordance to the values imposed by society, we might miss the love of our life. And many of us can find nuances, and most of us will find magic. And human design is not everything that there is in life to find your soulmate, but it does explain so much on why you might not have yet found the love of your life. So if you're dating, if you're looking for a romantic partner, and if you're interested in understanding how the dynamics work for your energetic authenticity, watch till the end of this video so that you can open up your heart and connect to the person your soul is meant to experience and is going to help you elevate your life's purpose. Let's dive deep. So the first thing that you're going to have to do is understand how you can show up energetically aligned and enter any dynamic dating relationship from a place of authenticity. Because you want the person to fall in love with you, with who you truly are, and be able to support your authentic expression of self. If you're starting the dating process, if you're starting the romantic inkling on the wrong foot because you're not acting in accordance with the universe's support, this is what's going to happen. The universe is telling you, no, it's not this person. You're like, no, I like this person. I want this person. And you'll end up in toxic relationships, and relationships you'll get disappointed, and so on and so forth. And so what is so magical of listening to our energetic authenticity and understanding our energetic strategy that you can figure out through the human design system. And you have a link in the description box below. If you don't know your human design, if you don't know your human design strategy, there's a free chart in the link below you can check out. So once you understand your strategy and you implement your strategy, you will see that it is the safest bet that you have of not entering a relationship with somebody who's not right for you. And so this is really fascinating because oftentimes our mind and our logic thinks like, oh, this person makes sense, or this person looks good in paper, or this person is just like calling me, or I just see my life with this person. But if you are needing to move out of your authentic way of acting and collaborating with the universe for your highest self, you're moving out of energetic inauthenticity, and you will match with people who don't see you for who you are, who won't have the capacity to love you, who won't access the beautiful parts of you that you have to give, and you're going to end up bitter, frustrated, angry, disappointed, and alone. And so the first step is moving in alignment. And this is going to be different because society has kind of put us into boxes between male and female and how to act. And I'm going to debunk all of the 5 energy types and how they look like for the female and the male in this video. Let's start with the projector. The projector male needs to wait for the invitation. Do the projector male want to wait for the invitation? No, they don't, because society has told them if you want something, you initiate, you go after them. I'm telling you, the only exception for any projector to initiate anything or to make quote unquote the first move while dating, while looking for your soulmate, while wanting to find the love of your life, I'm not saying a fling, I'm not saying a one-night stand. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the highest soulmate level connection that is divinely bringing you together through aligning with the universe, God, the creator, and your highest self. Okay? If you want to have a one-night stand, if you want to have a fling, if you want to have something casual that doesn't mean too much, you go ahead and do whatever you want, okay? But if your goal is having a heart-centered, deep, profound, awakening, soulmate kind of connection, then you need to use your energetic authenticity to connect to a person. Projectors, you will always have to wait for the invitation unless the other person is also a projector, because I know in the comments these are the questions that you leave me. What if the other person is a projector? If the other person is a projector, you will notice generally projector men need a neon sign to know that you're interested in them. They'll be like, I didn't realize. And you're like, are you sure? Because that was very obvious. So if you are in love or attracted or interested in a projector male, neon signs. Neon signs. Okay, so neon signs. Projector female. Projector female is kind of quote unquote easier. Why? Because of societal standards. Unless you have been strongly influenced by how I did, the Spice Girls and female empowerment. And now that we're moving into a different era of like divine feminine energy, now there's a conversation that supports more feminine version of female dating alignment. The projector female has quote unquote an easier quest to overcome because it is the most aligned to wait for the invitation as a woman. And for all projectors, waiting for the invitation is your protective mechanism so that you don't exert your energy and waste your energy on people who don't recognize you. And it's so interesting because it is such a description of what the divine feminine energy is, and the whole like black cat golden retriever theory. It is really owning your self-worth, not forcing things, not initiating things, and allowing the good things to come to you, because that is where people show their intention. So that is the projector essence, no matter if you're male or you're female. And I know for men specifically can be really hard, but if you're matching with a manifestor female, we have the same thing vice versa. I will get to that in a moment. And then you will see why they have such a high chance of success in relationships, projector males and female manifestors. Let's move on to the generator. The generator is here to respond. So two generators falling in love is kind of like quirky, funny, and cute because they're gonna feel like, the pull, but then they don't have the actual force to initiate. So it is this kind of like dance that two generators are like excited about each other, want to do things together, want to create together. They'll be like, oh, let's go hiking. Let's, meet for the watercolor, like whatever. You're going to like share a bunch of hobbies. Sharing hobbies as generators, I think, is such a like great way of being connected, of keeping your sacral juicy. And so the generator will know if a person is right for them or not when they're deeply connected to their sacral. And so you need to start cultivating the deep trust within your response system. I actually build the Soft Power membership for all of you energy types that want to have a tool that allows you to find safety and connect to your energetic authenticity. So if you're looking to find a resource to help you through moments of fear and acting in accordance with who you've come to be, and want somebody to hold your hand through this process and teach you how to really connect to your strategy and your authority and your not self theme and all of the things, join the Soft Power membership. There's a 7-day free trial. But if you're a generator with the sacral energy, you need to establish first a deep trust with knowing what your visceral gut yes is and what your visceral gut no is. Because what can happen, and this is more applicable usually, and I'm generalizing, okay? I'm generalizing because I'm trying to speak to the widest audience possible. But if you want to know deeper, book your one-on-one session with me. So generally, female generators will have, people pleasing is already such a karmic thing for generators. All generators come with the karmic lesson of letting go of people pleasing and sacrificing their joy for others. But especially females have a higher percentage of self-sacrificing for the desire and for the desire of others. So oftentimes we will meet generator females who are in relationships that don't light them up, where their sacral is not awakened, where they don't have sexual desire, where they're kind of like lethargic, they're not feeling it, they're not strongly attracted because they believe that in order to be of service and in order to be loved, they need to sacrifice their own desires. And so There's also some people-pleasing men, but they have a higher chance of success and of satisfaction in their relationship because a man that is in position to offer and to give is innately more in their masculine energy than a female that is sacrificing. And so it can be kind of empowering for a generator to be giving, to be supportive. They will have just a higher goal of attractiveness. And so generators, you need to be honest about what you like and what you don't like. This is gonna make or break your relationship. Honesty. And honesty is hard because we're not used to being honest. We're afraid we're criticizing other people. We're afraid we're getting criticized. We take everything personal. We're, joining from like connecting and communicating from like that scared inner child instead from the adult self. So generators, respond, be honest, connect to your sacral. Really cultivate that trust with the universe that you are safe when you're listening to your sacral center. Because if not, you're going to be in a relationship. You don't really like the person that much. They don't really excite you. You're kind of bored. There is no chemistry and things will go downhill. I'm telling you. Next, let's move on to the manifesting generator. Okay, so the manifesting generator is also here to respond. But the manifesting generator needs to be wary of not getting bored. They need to find somebody who either A, sees them, wants them to thrive, and is sitting on the sidelines cheering them on, or B, is another manifesting generator that is kind of like doing the dance with them between freedom and adventure and let's try and I've discovered, you discovered, and there's the symbiosis of curiosity. I want to say every energy type matches with every energy type. I do not believe in the dogma that energy type will be the clarifying of all of the connections. I think understanding your human design. And we actually have a workshop on human design and relationships. I'll link it in the description box below. We have a workshop course training to read and understand your romantic relationships through human design. It's really deep and well crafted. I love that course. You can check it out. It's only going to be available during the month of February, so snag it up now because we're gonna take it away once the month is over. And so what is really important is not so much the energy type as it is the profile. The profile in your human design will allow you to understand kind of like the vibe of the person and how they live life. And connecting on the profile is going to bring such huge complicity. It's wild. Like I remember having clients who are opposite of me, different beliefs, different environment. Everything is different, but they have the same profile as me. And we just like get along so well. And it's like, wow, I feel like we understand each other and we don't know why. And that is the profile. Doesn't mean it won't work if you have different profiles. I truly believe it is not the difference that will kind of like sink the boat, but it is the ignorance of that. So to me, the reason why human design is so vastly incredible supportive for romantic relationships is because you stop taking things personally. It's no longer like, oh, you're doing that to piss me off, or you're doing that because like you think the way I do it is wrong. No. You have your set of way of doing things. I have my way of doing things. And if I respect your way of doing things, you will respect my way of doing things. And we both can support each other in our individuality. And that's where we thrive. And that's where we see each other. And that's where we're in awe of each other. And seeing people in their environment doing things their way, instead of triggering us and thinking, oh, they're doing this to piss me off or to make me feel like shit because I'm different, you start celebrating them and you start guiding them and you're there to support them on their own path. And that is amazing. That's why I love human design so much. Back to manifesting generators. You need to be excited first. If you try to use your mind and you try to force your dominant energy, your force, and be like, you make sense, I'm gonna date you, you make sense, I wanna marry you, it will probably not turn out great because you haven't listened to your desire. So always, as manifesting generators, no matter male or female, your goal is to find balance between your feminine and your masculine energy. And you will notice, especially if you're a female manifesting generator, if you're not connected to your sacral, and again, you can find incredible meditations, affirmations, subconscious dives in the Self-Power membership for this, but if you are not connected to your sacral center, you will act out of fear, desperation, and force, and you will try to use your energetic dominance because you are powerful as a manifesting generator to captivate your lover, to captivate the person you're interested in. And for the time they're with you, for that date, for that one night stand, for whatever, the party that they hook up with you in the photo booth, for that moment, they will be obsessed with you. And you will think like, oh my God, this is reciprocal. We're so connected. The fire's intense. Your sacral is on fire. You're juicy. You're lit up. You're like the star of the party. But when that person is not anymore in your energetic periphery, they kind of feel like, oh, this dominance was very intense. I don't even know what I want. And one of the main signs as a manifesting generator, no matter if you're male or female, that you're moving out of your masculine, you have forgotten to respond, and you're not actually tuning into your sacral center, and you're moving from your mind and your power and your capacity of, initiating, is that people will ghost you. If people ghost you, if men specifically, it's more often, ghost you is because, whatever, they're immature and they have issues. But besides that, it is because they feel that there's been an energetic dominance where they've been overpowered and they don't know how to move out of the situation because there's something in your energetic dominance that overtrumps their capacity to set boundaries, their capacity to communicate, or their capacity to connect to their own desires. So this is important to know because I know that a lot of manifesting generators have issues with this. Let's move along and talk about the manifestor. So the manifestor is somebody who, if they're male, will have a high success rate because society tells us if you're a man, you go, you initiate, and you start a date, you see what you like, you go after it, you propose, and you are insistent on that. And there's going to be a very high success rate because we all know the manifestor, when they inform and they follow the strategy and they see you and they go up to you and they're like, hey, I like you, can I get your number? We don't really have a choice. We'll be like, yeah, sure. Don't know why I'm doing this, but you're saying my number, I'll be yes. There is an obedience that we all perceive when a manifestor initiates. And it's not because they're like dominant, and it's not because they're forceful, and it's not because they make you feel scared. There is a natural calm, a natural relaxation, a natural sense of safety when we're approached by an aligned, wonderful male manifestor. What happens is that a lot of manifestors, doesn't matter if male or female, are incredibly misaligned. And so what's going to happen is that the manifestor doesn't understand how strong and powerful they are, and instead of moving forward with peaceful intentions, they will move forward with this the world owes me kind of energy, and like I'm getting what's mine kind of energy, and that makes us feel kind of unsafe, and yeah, it's too much. And so for female manifestors, the question poses the opposite to the projector males, because for female manifestors, society tells us you have to be in your divine feminine, you shouldn't initiate, you need to lean back, you're not allowed to initiate, let men do this. And even though manifestors can still have relationships where they are catered to, where they are protected, where they are looked out after and spoiled and get all of the princess treatment you desire as a manifestor, if you desire so, you are the person who creates the conditions that you want in your life. You have the power to decide that. And so the female manifestor will avoid true love and finding their soulmate if they're waiting passive for a man to approach them, unless they're a manifestor. Manifestors and manifestors get along pretty well because they're both just doing whatever they want. Oftentimes it's hard for them to find each other because they're both so independent, so free, and so doing whatever I want that they won't find time to connect. Everything's possible. As I said, I don't think any energy type works not good with another energy type. So, female manifestors, you are going to need to initiate. You have my full permission, the energy's full permission, Ra-Uruhu, the channeler of the human design system, full permission to go after what you want and what you like. So if you see somebody at the bar and you think they're cute, you see somebody in the plane you want to talk to, you go up to them, you write them a note, you talk to them, come out with something. I like your shoes. Isn't it warm here? I don't know. Okay, I'm a projector. I'm meant to wait for the invitation, which honestly can be really frustrated because you know what is the biggest downfall for projectors is because we have this penetrative aura and we see people so clearly that we can get so obsessed with like, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And we're like, invite me, invite me, invite me, casting spells, please invite me, invite me, invite me. And they don't invite you. Please trust the universe that that person was never meant for you. Rejection, ladies and gentlemen, is protection. Trust it. Trust that there's a higher force looking out for the good for you. And if you find somebody and you are in a relationship with them and it's difficult, it's there to uplevel you, set boundaries, and understand your worth. And if it's great, it is because you have shown up yourself in alignment and you're putting an effort and you're dedicating and you're giving this thing 100% of your chance. Don't get distracted. Don't think that there's something better out there. Give it your 100%. So if it doesn't work, you know it's 100% out of your life and you can move on to the next thing. So, female manifestors, you have to go after what you want. Male manifestors, you're going to have a very high success rate. How are you going to have a pretty high success rate in all aspects of your life? When you inform correctly, okay? When you've learned to really get in touch with how to communicate. And you remove all fear that will bring further conflict or further mistrust or resistance. So, female manifestor, you're going to have to go after what you want. Why is the male projector and the female manifestor such a great match? Because the female manifestor will see a projector and will be like, I like this person. And then they will go up to them and the projector will be like, oh my God, thank God, finally a woman that is inviting me. What a relief. I'm going to dedicate my life to protecting and loving and caring for this woman. So, last but not least, we have the reflector. The reflector is tricky because the reflector requires 28 days to know if the person that they're interested in is actually somebody they're actually interested in. And so what are we going to learn about that? So the reflector has a high possibility and chance of attracting narcissists. This is important for you to know as a reflector because the main kind of like arcing trauma that might repeat itself in your life is like, nobody sees me for me. Everybody only sees me for the reflection of themselves. That's why there's a high attraction to narcissists, because narcissists just want to see themselves. They actually just see themselves and everybody else. So when they find the reflector, they're like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted, to look at myself in the mirror for 400 million hours. And so as reflectors, waiting for this 28 cycle will protect you from a lot of bullshit. Why? Because your decision-making process is not about going with the first best thing. It is really creating an incredible energetic boundary, a boundary of authenticity, and only the people who see your value and only the people who are willing to respect your way of making decisions and taking your time will be the correct ones. Because somebody who doesn't have the patience and who doesn't understand your process or doesn't want to understand your process or doesn't even want to accept your process is not worthy of your love, attention, and energy. And so it is not a way to manipulate. It is not a way to put yourself above people. It is really just a way to show up authentically. And it's this incredible process of elimination. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to wait for the full life cycle to pass for those 28 days where you will feel and assess and ask and question yourself and move through all of the feels until you land on clarity if you want to date this person, if you're even attracted to this person, if you want to take it further with this person or not. And the ones that fall through that period, the ones that don't call back, the ones that don't continue texting, the ones that start dating somebody else, you know that person is not for you. If you're looking to feel supported during this process of connecting to your energetic authenticity, I have created an incredible, affordable, beautiful, magnetic online palace virtual portal for you to connect and find a safe space to not only intellectualize the human design information, but actually embody it so that you can see the maximum amount of result now. Join, you have a 7-day free trial, and it's a beautiful community of like-minded people, and maybe, just maybe, you'll find the love of your life inside the Soft Power membership. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and your comments make my day, so make sure to leave any questions that you have. I'd love to make a follow-up video to this, so if you want to know more about romantic relationships, love, chemistry, and energetic compatibility, let all of your questions in the comments below. And remember, I don't care what anybody says, I love you.